The portals into the divine feminine aspects have been available for many of your Earth years to the initiates and novices of the craft, mystery school teachings, those holding Avalonian memory, and those awakening to the Christ life path within. Now, beyond the culmination of the ascension point upon your planet Earth, the portals into the divine feminine aspects are not only available for all who wish it, but are being upgraded and transmuted from the old energy, divine feminine consciousness, into the new streams of divine feminine understanding, embraced by many, including those who do not walk a conscious spiritual path. The portals into the divine feminine aspects call not and are created not by incarnated females alone, but call and are created by incarnated males also, who awaken to the divine feminine energy within and without, the cosmic divine feminine that stands as the yin to the yang, and balances the forward-moving action with spiraling, receptive flow. There are many ways to access the divine feminine frequency, and the divine feminine archetypes are just one way. This particular discipline is most in alignment, as the archetypes stand as portals themselves, and as archetypes can be created by those embodying the frequency of the unique creative template within their own lives. Portals into the divine feminine frequency are thus created. When the archetype is created, or followed, embraced, understood and embodied, the portal is found, accessed and passed through, specifically moving through the fractal layers of the divine feminine frequency into the archetypes themselves. There are many already created and birthed with variations therein. Yet more archetypes are in the process of being created, and yet more shall be created. Each one stands as an individual portal within the fractality of the divine feminine frequency. We specifically draw your attention towards 3 divine feminine archetypes during this transmission. The Goddess, one of the most ancient and well-known divine feminine archetypes upon your planet. The frequency of the Goddess has reached the critical mass point, and this occurred many of your Earth's cycles ago. Yet the Goddess archetype contains her own fractality and her own geometric field. The Goddess as one specific portal leading into a multitude of cosmic forks within the matrix, as each Goddess presentation holds its own specific pattern. We speak at this point of the Goddess as one specific portal, and draw attention to the fractality within the field, as this opens doorways for new creativity within the manifestation and embodiment of the Goddess archetype. For nothing is set. All is fluid, even the 99% probability fields. The highest point of probability we, as the white-winged collective consciousness of 9, can perceive within your dimension and thus relate to you. Even the 99% probability fields hold the 1% equation of new possibility, creating fluidity even within that which appears to be set. Therefore, within those who embody the frequency of the unique creative template within their own lives, there is and always shall be room for new creativity within the field of the Goddess archetype. The Goddess, when embodied, brings with it the emotional patterning of purity. Close to integrity, which is the male counterpart, purity presents as pure emotion, pure thought, and a pure heart. whilst the purity may not be embodied, lived, experienced and manifested within the 99% probability stream at all times, if the aim, the goal and the focus is purity, practiced within the art of letting go of the aim, the goal and the focus, then purity as a frequency will still be embodied enough for the goddess archetype to be manifested and the portal thus reached and passed through. Innocence and wisdom, embraced as a paradoxical, multidimensional thought pattern, is another emotional patterning held by the goddess archetype. Innocence in the knowing that the more one knows, the more there is for one to know, and thus the little one knows. Innocence in the wonder of the experience of physicality and third-dimensional reality. Wonder of the experience of all there is to be embraced, including the multidimensional. Wisdom, bringing forth ancient knowledge and thus creating new stories from that ancient knowledge. Wisdom, after, during and preceding DNA activation, Kundalini awakening. Wisdom, travelling through and experiencing the vast library of all that was, all that is, and all that ever shall be. Wisdom is a fractal in itself within the fields of the goddess archetype. And as there stands a goddess of wisdom, so too stands there a goddess of the Akash, Sophia, a guardian of the vast library of all that was, all that is, and all that ever shall be. Those embodying the goddess archetypal presentation will hold wisdom and innocence as one. Within the goddess archetype is the infinite fractal field of higher and balanced emotion. Sister archetypes such as the Muse, Lady of the Lake, and the Divine Mother cross over through the goddess archetype and the fractal fields therein. Creativity, inspiration, discipline, commitment and nurturing are all emotional aspects of this fractality when goddess archetypal energy is embodied and embraced. The vast, infinite fractal field is a portal to be explored by the individual, and whilst there is much to be said of this field, we present the seed point activations, for the seeds have been planted towards that activation within this transmission. For those already on this path, then confirmation and alignment to one's own inner resonance is the pattern presented. We move to our second divine feminine archetype within this particular transmission, that of the High Priestess. The frequency of the High Priestess was shrouded in mystery upon your planet, concealed behind the veil of knowing, yet indeed for good reason, as interpretations of such a pattern by the third dimensional mind would lead to misunderstandings, misinterpretations, and deep shadow aspects triggered. The frequency of the High Priestess reached a critical mass point within your year of 2013, yet this was only a partial critical mass field. Aspects of the High Priestess remain within mystery, never reaching critical mass due to the infinite geometric fields reaching into the fractal of mystery itself. For mystery is indeed a predominant aspect of the High Priestess, and she stands behind the veil, revealing herself only when she is ready to remove the veil before her own reflection. The High Priestess archetype is therefore one of mystery, and when the mystery is decoded, one stands within the realization of all that mystery is. Mystery is not secrecy, deception, or that which is buried. True mystery is the energy that is the sacred geometrical Vesica Pisces creation from the frequencies embodied within innocence and wisdom. Therefore, the goddess gives birth to the High Priestess. The High Priestess is the daughter energy, moving through and beyond the goddess, and moving into the place of serenity, receptivity, and mystery. Once the High Priestess archetype is embodied and thus the portal reached through the awareness and understanding of the Vesica Pisces, then higher communication and magical working can take place. For the High Priestess is the twin flame counterpart to the magical, sacred masculine archetype, the Magician, and together they weave magic throughout the fractal web matrix that they perceive within all and everything they see and touch. The High Priestess is the channel, the conduit, the spiritual teacher, the mystical leader, the earthly connection to the divine. And we say to you that each and every one of you hold the patterning within your DNA fields to embody this archetype if you so choose to do so. It is the mystery that keeps you from this archetype, and thus her portal to the divine, when viewed with confusion, caution, and disdain. It is the mystery that entices you to this archetype, and thus her portal to the divine, when viewed with wonder, excitement, and the desire to make known the unknown. It is the mystery that enshrouds you with the High Priestess template and leads you thus to the portal to the divine, when viewed with acceptance, understanding, and love. When you embrace the mystery, your knowing that you will never make known the unknown allows you to know all there is to know. We graciously present the seed point activations towards the divine feminine archetype of the High Priestess. For those already on this path, we acknowledge you and all that you are, and we metaphorically bow in service to all that you present. The final divine feminine archetype we wish to present to you during this transmission is that of Queen of the Moon. Yet to reach critical mass point, for this is a new birthing within the divine feminine. Yet it is only the translation of the label or name that is a new creation. The Queen of the Moon, as an actual manifested archetype, has been embodied by many throughout the cycles upon your earth, most especially within the tribal and indigenous peoples and those living in harmony with your planet Earth. Queen of the Moon is the matriarchal leader within the groups and gatherings of the daughter females. She is known by many as the Wise Woman. She holds the energy matrix of the divine midwife, assisting the daughter females and all students of the divine feminine frequency with Kundalini awareness, sacred sexuality, tantra, magical workings, and out-of-body travel. She is the twin flame counterpart to the ascended master Kuthumi, the keeper of the yellow ray. Indeed, we could also present this divine masculine archetype through the ascended master frequency of Lord Kuthumi or Lord Kutumi. We could also present this as an archetype in mirrored patterning to the Queen of the Moon, that of King of the Sun. Within the sacred gatherings of the female, the Queen of the Moon stands as Divine Mother, midwife and healer, as she assists with transitions and transformations within the daughter females as they begin to embody this energy and step into the archetypes of princesses and indeed princes of the stars. When they embrace these archetypes, they touch upon what it truly means to be human. And it is here the organic human template is embraced and understood, and thus the path is walked towards full realization within the enlightenment and ascension process, leading to the manifestation of the rainbow body of light. Queen of the Moon embraces also the orange ray, upgraded to the golden ray when fused with higher dimensional light. The Queen of the Moon holds a chalice in her hand, a golden chalice, and she teaches the daughter females, the princesses of the stars, that they act as a receptacle, a receiver of energy. She who holds, envelops, and nurtures, and she who creates and delivers the creations into the physical manifested world. The Queen of the Moon is the divine feminine archetype embodying the world of the subconscious. Her home is within hyperspace, and meditation, dreamtime work, and out-of-body travel is her forte. When paired with the masculine archetype of King of the Sun, the subconscious is made conscious. Night and day become one. All archetypes presented within this transmission are templates contained by every living organism upon your planet. Indeed, every consciousness structure contains these templates. The template may be lying dormant for some, but activation can take place at any time if the template is in place. The fractal fields of the archetypes are vast and infinite, and they are yet another useful tool to embrace within your journey of physicality. We are the white-winged collective consciousness of 9.